Good morning. Here we go. Let's get it started. Here's the disclaimer. There is big news this morning. This is my time, so this is all an hour before open. You're going to have PCE and then GDP. I expect GDP to be high, like this, how it had the previous 4.4, and here the estimate is 2.8. I expect it to be like another blowout because they're printing money. That's all GDP is. How much money can you print? Um, then 15 minutes after open, we have the manufacturing and services PMI. So that will be very interesting. We could get one direction and then turn, or we could just get a boost. The way the market's set up, it could it could really do anything. I lean more towards boost, just for the time being, but we'll see. Here's, I think we're in a triangle actually, which is why I think boost. I think this is a big triangle, but we'll see how it plays out. VIX VIX has a bearish divergence on the hourly. Right here. So let's see if it sells down. Um, Eventually, this wants to break out, and it should. I mean, we should get one of these days. It should be bigger than this. Maybe not this big, but I don't know, something like this. We should get a big day, a big spike. I don't know when, but someday. Uh, yeah, I buy a little VIX when I buy uh, stocks, and I bought a lot of stocks yesterday. So I bought some VIX to hedge it because the market has a VIX problem. Again, and I'm bullish on this, but we'll see because I can switch to bearish, and this can drop to. Well, here we'll go to the Qs. This can drop to 555, and I'll still be bullish. It can drop down in here, and I'd still be bullish on that. In fact, that would be a really good structure to come out of. I tend to think that it pops up here and then gets rejected. But we'll see. We'll see how the whole thing plays out. The lower limit for today is right around the 600 range again. And the upper has it at 608 here. I think it'll push higher. I think we get to the 610. And I even think with a big, with good numbers, and they just want to just absolutely rip the market. We'll see because it's an OPEX day. Normally on OPEX, I think the market goes both ways and then flattens out. That usually is what happens. It'll do both ways at the beginning and then pick a direction and then flatten out. But I think that we could get a push up into this 612 range. Maybe we even go higher. Maybe we even get way up here. That'd be a massive, massive squeeze. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can get it to happen. That would be awesome. But again, there is downside risk. But this looks constructive to me. Looks like it wants to go up. Again, data will change everything. Let's take a look at Cliff. Again, just flat. I expect this to drop, but we'll probably get a pop first, lift up, and then a drop. Yeah, maybe bounce up here to 12, 12, 14. That'd be a huge bounce. Again, this market could do a huge move before it gives up. My support for this is 940, and resistance would be all the way up here at 14 on big resistance. Near term resistance would be that 1240 range. All right, let's look at ABEV while we're here. Below the 5, I would expect it to sell down to 290-ish. Roll over this. Gap right on that breakout line. Perfect. Perfect for a breakout. This is great. Let's get a blast up out of here. Let's take a look at IPI. That looks like it wants to run. Looks like we should be squeezing. Looks like we want to run. Okay. Let's check on a few of these. Wendy's had that massive day and then had good follow through. So Wendy's is suddenly looking good here again. I'm still just holding my positions. I bought in here, so I'm about even now. I like it. Neo looks okay. Support would be 454. Resistance is 520. Getting over 520 would be big. Iridium. Still love Iridium. I have nothing more to say about that. Chart looks great. I think we start squeezing up. I did buy Paramount the other day. That looks good for a bounce. Huntsman. Ooh, now we're on that mid Bollinger. I like this. We don't have to go down here all the way. We could hold up at this mid Bollinger and bounce. We're definitely in bounce territory, that's for sure. Uranium. I bought uranium yesterday. Yep, that's what I bought. Turning over, turning up. Right off support. I like it. I like this. And long term, I'm at 12 plus for this. But we should be nearing the top here and then a pullback. We'll see. That would just be to complete this cup and handle. It doesn't have to play out that way at all. But that I mean, look how that came down on support and then just bounced beautifully. Where I bought the most is right here. These hyperscalers, I call them hyper. They're they're reactors. Uh, yeah, this looks like we're turning around. Looks good. SMR looks good. Nano not quite turned over yet, but that looks good. Turned up. LTBR turned up. Looks good. I actually bought some Oklo as well. Looks good. Centrus looks good. They all look good. Now that doesn't mean that it couldn't reverse real quickly and start selling down, because these could go from good to bad real quick. Okay, looked at Gap. There's Abercrombie. I sold some of that yesterday just because I wanted to move that money elsewhere. American Eagle, right on support. That looks good to go. Higher. Under Armour, still squeezing. Puma again, a long hold, looking for this to bounce. These all look good. Retail looks good. Let's look at some quantum. Because this looks like it's turning up. Below the mid Bollinger, but that definitely looks like it's turning up. We're on that support line. So I look to get a bounce up to $20.80, $21, somewhere in there. That looks good. Ionic looks the same as qubits. Look for the same. Look for a bounce here. Hopefully it turns into more than that. RR still squeezing down. I don't trust that yet. Triple D. Triple D might be doing something here. We might be turning around. We might be turning bullish here. Amy looks good. I opened a position in this. It was down a whopping 2%. I've been waiting for this to drop 6 or 5%, 5 or 6%. And it just hasn't. Well, this week, it hasn't given me any of these days this week. I guess I should have bought on Monday, but I wanted to see if it'd drop lower. Anyhow, I started a position here. We'll see how it goes. Just a small position for now. Okay. That should do it. Let's let's take a look at Argentina just for the fun of it. I haven't sold any of these, so is B-Bar gonna run again? It definitely looks close. We're on that 200. V bar definitely looks close to running. Soup V, that looks good. G-Gal, that looks good. That looks like it's turning up. Okay, how about some miners? Miners, I think, are going to pull back soon. Let's see if that is true. That is turning up. How big does that turn up? Probably pretty big. That looks like that's pinching. Nat had a big down day. Should bounce back up into this Bollinger. We'll see what it does after that. CDE, one of my larger holdings, good. Looks ready to pinch and run again. Yikes. Silver running again. Okay. Let's see if that goes with um, oil. Where's my oil? There we are. So let's look at OH. Squeezing. Should squeeze all the way to 405, I would guess. Indo. I can remove that arrow. That was pretty good. Pretty good call. We're going to go there. Okay. Yeah, that should pop again. I look for Indo to bounce into $6. Fantastic. EGY. This is good. I had my mom buy this in her account. So that's good. It's running already. The places to be are here, like EC, PBR. Those are the places I want to be. Okay. Let's close out with the Qs. Not only is there news today pre market, but astrologically, today's a huge day. Saturn and Neptune both go 0 degrees on the zodiac. So the start of the zodiac in Aries, the complete start of the zodiac. So Saturn does a 30-year cycle and Neptune does a 165-year cycle. And so they both lined up perfectly. So they haven't done this in probably 2,000 or 9,000 years, something like that, between 2,000 and 9,000 years. So it's been a long time since they've matched up with Earth like that. So astrologically it's a huge deal, and it's it's described astrologically as a immovable object meets a unstoppable force. So yeah, I expect volatility to be high. So we could do some just massive swings today. And that would also play into a triangle. Just do some massive swings and then next week bounce out. It's, yeah, my downside is still 555. I have protection in the form of VIX. I'm long stocks. As you can see, my positions. I have a lot of stocks. I hold lots of positions. I'm a collector, as I tell the group. The Qs are coming right down on the 5MA right now, which is right at 602.70. So that's good. We have about an hour and a half until news starts dropping. And then it'll drop through the morning and probably all day because there's possible tariff news released today. We might have some Iran news. I mean, anything can happen. It's a bold new world out there starting today, people. All right. And with that, I will close. Have a wonderful day. Be safe. Be wise. Be bold. And as always, good luck.